Let's make some beautiful catchlights. Catchlights, they're the specular highlights that we see in people's eyes. When I started out in photography, I would often study people's eyes in images because that would tell me what kind of lighting was used and where it might have been placed. Of course, at the time, it had never occurred to me that somebody might be putting catchlights in post. And it's something that I actually find myself doing fairly often. And it's something that's happened more and more recently. And really, it's because of eyelashes, eyelash extensions, and in photo shoots, when people have eyelashes added to their extensions, we have lots of really long eyelashes, right? And so when you place a light up high, like I've got above me at the moment, when that's coming down, it's not a problem on me, but for somebody who's got a wall of eyelashes that are, half an inch long, for metric people, 1.2 centimeters, it's hard to get light in there. And that's happening in this image. And I thought, you know what? I want to show you how I would fix this image because it's something that's actually useful to all sorts of images. Very often you'll take a great image and it just lacks a little bit of life because the catchlight isn't in there. So let's go ahead and work on some catchlights. So if we zoom way into this image here, we will find that Tana here, who's looking square at the lights, she's got good catchlights. We go over to Sarah over here, and she's got great catchlights on one eye and almost no catchlights on the other eye, and it looks completely wrong. So we can do this artificially. There's a few different methods for doing this, but I'm going to show you just how simple you can do it with a paintbrush. Looking down the side here, you can see that there's a few layers. This is actually an image I used in another tutorial, which, go ahead and check, where I did a head replacement and put Sarah's head on from a completely different photo shoot. So if I turn that off, this was the original shot. This shot was from a behind the scenes shoot on a video shoot, and we decided that we wanted to turn it into a usable image just because the body language was so great. So we took an image of Sarah from a different magazine cover and dropped that in there. And when I did that on this tutorial to show you guys, I noticed that she was missing catchlights. And rather than make a really long tutorial, I thought I will give you a tutorial on just making catchlights. So this layer here, this is just getting rid of some highlights here that shouldn't have been there. I'm going to add a new layer on which to paint, and I'm just going to take a white brush like this. We're going to go white, and we're going to make it really small. Let's zoom in really good for you guys so you can see what's going on. There we are. I'm going to take my brush. There's my brush. I'm going to make a tiny, tiny brush about the size of a pixel. We will make it 30%. We can see a catchlight should be right there. We're going to click right on top of that catchlight. We can see that that one is kind of like this one, but this one beside it's brighter. So we will do 2 clicks. And we'll add another click. There we go. That's a little more of a match. Now down here, we'll copy that. We've got 1 click maybe there, a couple of clicks here, and a click over here. That kind of matches that one. And it doesn't look quite right now in this close, but I tell you what, when we back up, you will be surprised, let me tell you. We can see we've got a bright spot there. We'll go 3 clicks there. And there's a softer one just to the inside of that where we will add a click. There we go. Now we will zoom out a little. We'll go back to 200%. And bam, we've got really glossy matched catchlights. Now this one over on the left, I don't know if you guys can see this on your end on YouTube or wherever you're watching this from, but from my perspective in full kind of 4K resolution, I can see that these catchlights are a little softer than these. These ones look like hard edged, basically like I painted them in. They're the right brightness, but not quite as soft. So how do we soften them out? We just take our blur tool. That completely blurred them and made them disappear, but down at 1 or 2 pixels, there we go, just 1 pixel. At 1, we can add a little bit of softening, just like that. I have a match, boom. This side is, actually this is about right, but I will show you what I would do. If I made them too bright, I would just take this opacity and turn it down. So I can actually change these catch lights to taste now, just by rolling in and out our opacity. For me, I'm getting a fantastic match at about 86%. And there we go. This is a technique that you can use on outdoor photos. Often, say when you get a backlit photo, you'll be totally lacking catch lights. You'll get like a very soft, even tone from the blue sky that was lighting them. But it's just like, man, if only there to be catch lights in their eyes to make them sparkle. This is a great way to do it. Just a tiny, tiny soft brush and a couple of little dots. And if you have to, add a little bit of blur. And suddenly you've got beautiful magnetic eyes that our eyeballs are drawn to. If you got something out of this, please click like. If you want to know when the tutorials come out, because we're doing lots of these, go ahead and subscribe. If you've got questions, throw them in the comments below. I will do my best to look for questions and answer them. I'm here for you guys. ACDSee brings me in, and I thoroughly enjoy getting to do this because this is my little way of making the world a better and more beautiful place, knowing you guys are going to get out and take some awesome photos and share them. I look forward to seeing what you create.